Hi everyone. Hope everyone's doing well on Friday night. As I promised, doing a video on Dad's watch and the restoration I did on it. That's the Dirty Emmy, as I call it, and it's found a new home in my bedroom on my fireplace mantle. And yeah, Diane, that's where she sits. We're gonna get some road time with that as soon as we're traveling again. Anyhow, here it is. Here's Dad's watch. So I found this case for it online from a gentleman down in the U.S. who shipped it up to me. It's the case is in mint condition, beautiful condition, really, and it's for a Timex Electric, which is the same model as Dad's watch from the 70s. So Dad's watch is actually called the Timex Electra Dynabeat is the model on it. And yeah, it came with actually an owner's manual and warranty cards and original hang tags that again would have come on the watch when it was new. So we've got basically put together a full set there. And here's the watch. So I was wearing the watch on the original bracelet we all remember, which is this bracelet here, which oddly enough fit my wrist perfectly without doing any adjustments to it. And it was in pretty good shape. I just needed to clean it up a little bit and added a little polish, and it actually turned out quite well, and I enjoy wearing it. When I use it on the steel bracelet, I'll wear it on my right wrist, and usually with some beads, and then I'll wear another watch on my other wrist. So without further ado, here we go. So here's Dad's Timex Electra Dynabeat. So the just a little info on the watch. So this is a 37 millimeter watch, which is fairly small by today's standards. So just to give you an idea of size, here it is next to basically a modern dress watch, which runs just over 40 millimeters. So, but that was the style of the day back then. Just that's more. There's my Breitling. As you can see, it's kind of a tiny little watch. It actually today would almost be considered that size is typical of women's watches, sort of a 36 mil watch. But it wears really nice on the wrist. So when I started, the case was really dirty and from sitting for so long, and it's just so many scratches on the dial. I was originally thought, well, maybe I'll try and find a crystal for it and see if I can replace the crystal. But I found a process, and what I did is I used 2000 grit sandpaper and then some polishing compounds, and it polished out virtually like brand new. And so I was very pleased with that. The next thing I did was take the watch apart. There was no rust inside, so there had not been, water had not gotten into the watch. And again, the movement was very, very dirty. So I have a hydrosonic cleaner that I used to clean the movement up, and used a little bit of oil on a couple of the moving parts, put a new battery in. It just takes a standard off-the-shelf battery, and with a little coaxing, it fired up and is telling time quite accurately. It loses about 5 minutes a day, and which, you know, it's a 40-year-old watch. That's pretty acceptable. But just you know, I've been enjoying wearing the watch. It's funny, you know, I imagine Dad at the store looking through the glass at all the various models of Timexes and other watches you might have been interested in, and he picked this one, and so I find that fascinating because it's kind of a funky watch. It's got this brown face with this gold starburst pattern in it, as you can see, and then the way the crystal plays with the numbers and the font that they've used on this is pretty cool, actually. When you're wearing it, you look at it on an angle, it's pretty neat. But yeah, so I've been enjoying wearing the watch. I've got it mounted on this Italian leather strap that I found. It's actually has a vintage feel to it. It's super soft and absolutely suits the watch perfectly. It's only 18 millimeter lug width here, so it's again it's a smaller strap, but absolutely suits the watch, and yeah, it just kind of melts on your wrist, and the watch actually makes a really neat sound. It's not like a typical ticking sound. It's like a train chugging along almost, and it's kind of cool to listen to when I'm by myself and it's quiet. To hear it ticking away on my wrist, and then, I kind of imagine that owning watches, it's all about your relationship with time, and this is very much about Dad's relationship with time and how he organized and planned his day, and this is when he was wondering, oh, what time is it? Is Nancy late getting home from a date, or is Diane going to be home soon from friends? And what time do I have to leave and pick Mom up? Do I got to leave in 10 minutes or 15? This is how he planned his day. And if he was out working on a car, it would be okay. Well, I'm checking because All in the Family's on at 9 o'clock, and I don't want to miss that. So it's something he used every day, and was very much it helped him manage his day and get through his day. And I find that very fascinating, very, very neat, and I'm very privileged to own it. And so, yeah, it's back together. It's working. What can you say? Timex Dynabeat. I mean, I put it together. We got a pretty nice set here. I mean, you know what? It's not a Rolex, but it's pretty nice watch and pretty priceless. So I'm glad I was able to get it working. Didn't have to change out a lot of parts like the case. It's the original case. Well, everything's original on it with the exception of the strap. And yeah, I thought about maybe getting the case recoated or electroplated, but it just adds character to the watch. All the little bits of wear on it, just for me, that patina is just the patina of life. I did fix the crystal because, I mean, that affected the function of the watch, and Dad would have done that himself. He may have done it before. He owned a watch for so long, but anyways, here it is, the Timex Dynabeat. 40 years later, 40 plus years later, and yeah, they take a licking and keep on ticking. Anyways, everyone stay safe and well, and look forward to seeing you guys soon when this is over. Love you, and good night.